Hi, everybody.
Hello.
What up? What up?
Oh, wait. I gotta do one thing because my micism. We're definitely gonna need one more thing because I wrote my micism and I already. Not yet, lady engineer. That's our engineer. Shout out to Olivia, our engineer in the back.
Hey.
So,
I'm like, all
micism will come
right.
at the end of the show, but before I do anything, we need to play the disclaimer because my micism is something else. So, engineer, please play our disclaimer, please. We're gonna need it. Let's see. See if I can find it. I got it.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast platform, its affiliates, or even the hosts. The information provided is for general informational purposes only and should not.
Okay, now that we got it out of the way, I just want to make sure I have it in advance for the end of the show. Yeah.
Understood. Understood.
Right.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Ops, everybody.
Welcome.
Y'all know home of the United Front. Man, I'm so glad to be back as always. I'm trying to build my energy up a little bit, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
What was I about to say? What we got for him today, RG?
All right, Eric. Something at the end of the show that I have to play a disclaimer for.
You keep mentioning it.
Yeah. Coco Gauff won the French Open. R-Truth is back in the WWE. And we are 1-1 in the NBA Finals.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And what's tonight's topic?
Tonight's topic.
Ooh, workout plans. To partner or not
to partner.
Exactly.
So what we mean by that is like, do you like running by yourself? Do you like lifting weights by yourself? Or do you want someone to lift weights with you? You know, happens.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So on top of all that, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to this wonderful, wonderful network. Not only the network, but to each individual that's a part of this thing, man. Your support means everything. So let's keep that going as well.
Absolutely.
Right.
Man, I guess we just go into how's everybody's weekend, how everybody feeling, what's going on in your life. Lady D, we'll start with you.
Well, Lady D, and I had a busy weekend. Friday, we taped my show, Tea and Herbalism.
Let's go.
Saturday, I assisted my mom with she had a craft table at a craft fair.
Okay.
That was interesting. And Sunday was Esther Day, and I was Grand Esther, and I had a good time playing that part in a skit.
Okay.
And here I am today.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Dope.
What about you, RG?
Yeah, pretty fun but busy weekend. First of all, happy belated Mike, happy belated Kim, and in 2-3 more days, it'll be happy belated KJ. So a lot of my crew are Gemini. So go figure, right?
Happy birthday, y'all.
Thank you. On behalf of all the Geminis,
that's right.
Gemini Commission, I would like to thank you for that.
He's like, as a delegate of the Black Caucus.
We definitely appreciate it. I'm sure I can thank you on all our behalves. But
dope.
So
that was jumping off. So I caught up with Kim on Friday. I gave her a birthday gift early because I'm busy and I know whether I was gonna catch up with her. Then Saturday I got up. Shout out to Detroit Slap Boxing. They had their seminar, self-defense seminar for little kids. Saturday. So we got some footage from that. Then I was also in Allen Park where Lady D and her mom was, and I went to an art fair myself, and I brought this.
Ooh.
Okay.
Handmade golf towel, folks. Can't get this anywhere.
We got to get you links.
So I will say this. If you are interested in buying these wonderful handmade crafts, contact Lady D. And what's your Instagram, Lady D?
Lady D 4440. And I'll get in touch with my mom.
Amazing craftsmanship, one of a kind stuff that you can't get anywhere else because I know the lady who made it, so don't be trying to lie. But yes, check her out. Really dope stuff. What else did we do? Shout out to DeVar. We caught up with him on Saturday night. Sunday, we had a family meeting. Shout out to the fam at the crib. Everything's cool. Then we did show prep. We finally cooked dinner, and then somewhere in there I fell asleep. I don't know where. I pretty much woke up and I was at work. So yeah, it was wire to wire.
Sleep in. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Somewhat, but it's cool. Enough. I got enough. How about that? How about you, brother Mike?
Oh man, I had a relaxing weekend celebrating 46. Yeah,
46?
Wonderful.
You mean it's not 36?
Nah,
46 is a
wait,
little high, bro.
No, that's great. Tell it all. So, had dinner with the family and.
Hey, Mike, you know what you gotta do, right?
Oh yeah, I got it. You know, birthdays come first. We got it.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, Aya.
Yeah.
He's getting spit out before I can say it, but
sorry.
It's all good.
You know that's Queen Aya. That's friend of the show. We gotta rep that. So I'm sorry, I had to call it audible, bro.
Put up there. So
Congratulations to Aya. She definitely had a long school year and a rewarding one at that. So
nice.
make sure that we celebrate her
Yay.
big time. So we did that by first off attending her graduation. It was a wonderful event, and then going to dinner afterwards. And the parents had a couple of adult beverages, and I had her favorite meal. So it was nice. So now we on to the 6th grade, middle school, bigger and better, I guess.
You ready?
Oh yeah.
I know she's ready, but are you ready, sir?
Oh man, I gotta be ready. So on top of all that, special shout out to Precious and Aya for their continued support as always. And yeah, man, I did my usual. I hooped on Sunday and pretty much like I said, relaxed all weekend, taking it slow, taking it easy, and just enjoying this journey.
Nice.
Dope. Big shout out, man. So 6th grader, man. I remember when my little ones were in 6th grade. Like part of you is like excited, but then you realize they're getting big. And you're like, oh crap.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
A little bit more expensive.
Yeah, it ain't really expensive. It's the fact that they run around the diapers and they go rah, and they couldn't talk, and next thing you know they're in 6th grade. Like, wait a minute, what's going on?
Right.
It's literally that fast when you think about it. So big shout out.
So my timeline looking like pretty fast. All right, what we got? What we gonna start off with today? You want to start with some R-Truth?
Let's go for it. Miss Engineer. Oh yeah, big shout out to our engineer Olivia in the background. Big shout out to you. She don't like me on camera, but we still shout her out. So the budget's getting better. We can afford somebody, dog. It's getting better.
Okay.
That's right. So, Miss Engineer, could you play the sports banner, please? And thank you. So Mike kind of already mentioned it. We just heard the greatest hiring and firing within a week. So last week, R-Truth from WWE, he's been there like the better part of almost 18 years. They released him randomly, and he was just wrestling John Cena the week before last. And the internet and the world flipped out, and they had so much anger from the world, they rehired him a week later and gave him a new contract.
Oh wow.
That was
quick. But usually, like when stuff like that happens, no one cares. So what? We made this move, but I have to shout out WWE because in the old regime, once you're gone, and you don't usually get back. So the simple fact that they were able to listen, and the head of the company, I think his name was Tony Khan, he actually heard the people mad, and he actually called the man himself and got him back up in there. So that's dope.
So why did they let him go in the first place?
Well, WWE, like, this is one thing a lot of people don't understand. WWE is known for purging people every couple months to a year. Because remember, you're still an independent contractor. You're just on TV. So they filter through contacts all the time. Except for this time they messed up because they actually got rid of a true fan favor that people love and have seen for the last 15 years.
So I guess that's my question. What I'm not understanding is, if his approval rating and his fanfare is so high, I mean, I follow him on Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't even know how that happened, but I'm not even mad about it because he's an entertaining follow. So I suggest anybody that's really into or not even into wrestling like myself.
He's just funny. He's a good entertainer. So I don't understand what led to his
being let go, and then
Well, what they did was he was coming up to the end of his contracts, so they just weren't going to renew him.
Oh, okay.
But he's a fan favorite. We have a grassroots campaign right now trying to get him into the WWE Hall of Fame while he's still wrestling.
They shouldn't have fired him. They should have been renegotiating.
Thank you.
Well,
and that was our thing. Like, how you gonna have him do all this cool stuff with John Cena's last year?
Yeah,
and he's really entertaining. He adds to the story, and then you get rid of him mid-story.
Okay.
You mean tell me y'all can't find something for this cat to do for at least the end of the year?
Okay.
To finish up the storyline?
You think it was a publicity ploy?
No,
I was thinking that too.
See, we thought that too, but they literally said, "No, we fired him. Our bad." They literally,
like, my bad.
Our bad.
Okay.
Oops.
Right.
Yes.
So, big shout out to R-Truth WWE. Coco Gauff won the French Open this weekend.
I want to talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Sounds cool.
Okay, Coco Gauff won. I learned a couple things over the weekend. In regards, I thought the trophy that they got at the ceremony was the trophy that they got to take home. No, they get a miniature one. So it's elegant looking, but it's not the official one. They keep that at the tournament, and I guess
I'm 10 years old. I never knew that. I thought they were just trying to carry it through customs. Like.
Yeah, that's or maybe they had it shipped to your house or something like that. But no, you get a miniature one. Then on top of that, I can't think of I'm not even gonna try to pronounce her last name or whatever. Her opponent that she beat.
Arya Lady, number one in the world.
She's a sore loser. It doesn't matter. We're not gonna give her no play.
Wait, why is she a sore loser?
She said the reason why she lost is because she made so many mistakes, not because of Coco Gauff's play. I mean, just lose gracefully. You ain't got to say nothing. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to say I made mistakes. That's why she won. To me, that's saying you're a sore loser, not being a gracious winner. I mean, a gracious loser or whatever. So when you have excuses on why you lost, in such a quote unquote elegant sport. You know what I'm saying? It's
not befitting the number one tennis player in the world.
No, and then for me, I take a little bit more offense to it because it's a black woman. Okay.
Wait, Mike, why is tennis? Why are you calling tennis an elegant sport? I never thought of it as an elegant sport.
It's an elegant sport because you don't hear people cheering in the background while play is going on.
Oh, they're quiet like in golf.
Like in golf. Those two things are elegant.
You gotta be quiet. Okay.
But I mean, we don't have to call it that. I just call it that.
No, I'm not telling you to change it.
It just fit with my it's such a kind of play. So like it's supposed to be at the most polite, like in Wimbledon, the girls are supposed to wear skirts and wear white and all that kind of stuff. Where to me it shouldn't matter what you wear either. But that's their tradition. So it is what it is.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, thanks for that explanation.
And that's my rant for today.
We still got plenty of show left, sir. Don't worry about that.
But I was tripping because I was like, man, it's one thing to talk trash and have bad blood, but I just can't stand when you wouldn't have been saying I made all these mistakes and things. I could have been better. You would have just won the trophy and been happy about it. But
well, that's not how it goes, sir. That's not how it goes.
No, it's not. It's not. This is true.
Okay, so it's like like when a bully gets beat up for the first time. Well, some bullies never do, but But
I don't even feel like
the bully got beat up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're like, what had happened was
right. It was a lot of that. What had happened was, and to me, if they play again and Coco beats her again, what's going to be the excuse then? You made more mistakes, or is this girl finally just better than you?
Well, you know what? I just realized.
What's that?
Is that they're head to head? They were actually tied 5 apiece. I thought it was like she was out here dog walking her, so she just out here talking crazy.
So I didn't even know that. I'm so glad you pulled that up.
I literally just looked it up. I was like, well, what's their head to head? Because if you're used to like beating the hell out of somebody, you lose. Like, oh man, I just mental lapse.
Okay, yeah, that's even fair. That was that would have been a great rebuttal. But if it's 5-5, we competitive.
Okay.
Yeah. I really thought she was out here getting whooped. Yeah.
I mean, it sounded like they were close, so she probably felt like if I didn't do this one thing, I would have won. So I can see why she's salty about it.
It wasn't a few things. It was a lot of things.
She said a lot.
Oh, okay.
It was a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know.
So what was the winning score? Is my question.
Oh, I think she took her like what
I think it was in
three sets to one. It was like a damn near what we call a gentleman's sweep. Yeah.
Well, what was the score? I didn't hear.
I want to say 3-1. 3 sets to
Oh.
1.
1 and 3
Okay.
sets.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
We
So
got
it's
some
not like she was out
comments
here,
going
you know.
So we got some comments we didn't read. Aya was dressed so pretty today. That was from Nana, her Nana, my mom.
Of course.
And she said, "Thank you, Nana."
I'm sure
And
she
hi,
will.
y'all.
Mhm.
What up, dude? Queen
Hello.
Aya in the building.
Yeah.
I'm putting some respect on her name. 6th grader Aya in the building. My bad. I got to put some
Right.
respect
Man,
on her
it's the
name.
middle school.
My bad. My bad.
The middle schooler.
It's wonderful.
That's right.
Yeah. So, what's next?
You know we gotta talk about the finals, sir.
All right, let's get to the
Let's
NBA.
do it.
Oh, remember we're all one banner now. So
Oh, okay, cool. Well, since we didn't talk, we didn't get a chance to talk between game 1 and game 2. Indiana stole game. Well, I won't even say stole. I don't know what to call it. They did steal it because they won with 0.3 seconds left on the clock. They didn't
Oh,
leave
wow.
at no point in the game until Tyrese Halliburton hit a jump shot with 0.3 left on the clock.
Wow.
And-
the real payoff P did it again. The real
yeah,
payoff.
yeah. Man. I definitely he's definitely getting a lot of respect for being a closer because I swear. In game 2 though, they lost I think they lost by about 17
Yeah.
to OKC.
Well, the other
But
one
remember,
sounded
in the
exciting to
7th
watch.
days, I'm sorry, Lady, go for it.
Oh, I'm sorry. The other one sounded exciting to watch. If he won with so many seconds left.
Oh man, both games.
Oh, it was amazing. Was
The
that
thing
was that Friday night or Thursday night?
That was Thursday night. Yeah, that was the 5th. That
Yeah,
was Thursday
Thursday
night, and then they turned around and played Sunday.
Mm.
Thursday night's game was
Mm.
I don't know. I was excited for these finals to begin with because of the style of play. They both like to just grab the ball out the net and run up the court. It's not a lot of dribble. It's a lot of run and gun, shoot the three.
Okay.
Like you make quick decisions. So and really good defense at the same time. That almost sounds contradictory, but
No,
Mm-mm.
they young,
it's
bro.
amazing. It's good defense at the same time. It's fast paced basketball. To me, the way basketball should be played.
Mhm.
Especially with this type of talent that we're seeing now compared to back in the day.
Right.
Okay. Nice.
Game 3 is in Indiana, and I believe it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah.
I understand, but sometimes when it's the finals, you want to just see everything. So the day parts be like, oh, gotta wait another day before another game, so
Yeah, you don't get that back to back, and it's only 2 teams playing, so it kind of slows up, the NBA
the
process.
playoffs get you spoiled because you used to seeing great basketball back to back for like 2 months, and then it goes down to we'll give it to you another day. Sorry.
Yeah, y'all gonna not get no basketball for 3 days, and then here goes one every other day, and then we're at game 7. Hopefully we get a game 7 out of this series.
Wait! Didn't you say gentleman sweep? I think somebody said gentleman sweep.
I heard
I
something like that.
said
I heard that.
I said 5 to 6 games when we first started off. So 5 would have been a gentleman's sweep. 6 would have just be 2 games. But to be honest, man, this is a very entertaining series. I don't know what the ratings is like overall for everybody, like as far as like your casuals or whatever. But
Mhm.
I think for solid basketball followers and fans, I think this is a really good series. Oh, will be a good series.
No, I think it's good so far. I was just saying, like, hey, 7-game series, and you're like the team that doesn't have the home court advantage. You only need 1 game. You probably got to steal game 1 or game 2. You know what I'm saying?
The Pistons, the same thing the Pistons did in 2004. They won game 1, lost game 2 with a buzzer beater from Kobe, and then won game 3, 4, and 5 at home. But now they're doing the other format where it's 2 at home, 2 for OKC at home, 2 for Indiana at home, and then 1 in OKC, 1 in Indiana, and then the game 7 will be back in OKC.
Okay.
Oh, that's
So I
cool.
have a question, Mike. Do they do that home game so they'll have an advantage and be more comfortable at home? Is that the purpose of that?
Well, whoever got I'm not sure. I'm gonna try to answer your question. I think so. Like, home court advantage goes for the team where it has the best record, the better record.
Right. Correct.
And you want home court advantage, because it's an advantage to have your fans cheering for you instead of
Your fans. Okay.
Yeah, but
Right.
but they have 2 different formats. They used to have the team with the best record would start off at home. He had 2 games at home, and then the lower seed or whatever would have 3 games at home. So if you steal 1 game on the road and you come back home to 3 straight games, you can sweep somebody. So all you need is 4 wins.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That format is scary because it would be scary for OKC at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's on a 2-2-1-1-1, it gives you
More of an
you
advantage.
still got a chance to, if you lose it, if you drop a game at home, you can still come back.
Okay. Thanks for explaining that.
You're welcome.
See, we're here to educate folks. That's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. All right. We flying through these topics, flying through these storylines, so we can get to the topic.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, actually, since how long do you think we're gonna be on the topic? Because I do have a social question.
No, let's go with the social question. We got time.
Miss Producer, play the pop culture. All right, so I got a question for y'all, and I've been thinking about this all day because something happened to me last week, and I was like, oh, well, actually, it was yesterday. I went for a walk, because I'm always walking. Because I don't know how to talk myself out of doing crazy stuff. So, should people have the right to be impatient when they're asking other people for help?
Ooh. Can we have more of a background? You said walking.
Yes,
but
absolutely. So, yeah, everybody knows that I'm currently practicing to run a 5K in Miami on September 1st. So I took a long walk, right? I know, crazy, right? What was I thinking? So I took a long walk last night. And I'm talking about, I walked about 4 miles. So I get to a gas station. The guy's like, hey, you got any change? I'm like, hey, dude, I don't have any change. But, give me a minute. When I come back through in about 2 minutes, I'll give you a couple change. He said, oh, yeah, but I need change. I'm like, dude, give me 2 minutes. I will get change. So I did what I said. I went inside the gas station. I got me a Gatorade. I came back to change, and the guy was gone. And I'm like, why couldn't you wait the 2 minutes? You're not busy. You're asking me for money. What is so important in your world where you cannot wait 2 minutes for change?
He's probably gonna miss his crack appointment. So he couldn't wait for you to come out. He had an appointment to keep.
Other people is gonna be back before 2 minutes, so he was like, "I can't be standing here if I don't have my man money."
Right?
But
yeah.
On another note,
Yes.
look how you gotta look at too. So the fact that how many people probably said, "I get it to you when I come back out." They don't give it to them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But he saw me walk in the store. I said, "Hey, I'll be out in a minute."
Hey man, I seen people avoid like.
Shout out to Cabby, by the way.
Shout out to what?
Cabby. Oh, Cabby Lame. He's a YouTuber. Remember the black guy that always does this? Like you'll see a guy like do a backflip through the door. He'd be like this.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I know.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole different Pettyville, but yeah, we'll talk about him later. So
all right, sure.
But no, I mean, how many people come out? Say, "Yeah, I got you" when I come back out the bank, the store, wherever. And when they come back out, they avoid this dude like the plague. They don't make no eye contact. I know because I'm that guy sometimes.
I'm with you. But I would have told him no from the G up. You know me. If it was already gonna be. If it was no, it would have been no right then and there. Let's not like get suspenseful. It's still no.
Well, a lot of people don't do that. They don't let the yes be yes and they no be no. So it's good you do that. But
yeah,
I think it depends. Like if a situation like that, maybe not. But if I'm asking you, to help me with my rent, because I'm getting put out, or help me get my kids some school clothes and the sale is off tomorrow, then maybe I could be impatient. But if it's something else, I think it depends on the situation and circumstance.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, one thing that I guess when somebody's doing you a favor or whatever, and it's hard to be patient for, because
Yeah.
if you were, let's say they say, I'm gonna do it for free or whatever. Let me I'll make up a scenario like maybe they're supposed to give you some
Cut your
studio
grass.
time.
Cut the grass or something.
Okay, they're gonna come by and cut the grass. Well, I was gonna do something more that let's say they're gonna give me studio time or something like that.
Okay.
But because I'm not paying, you know, I keep getting put on the back burner. Where
like you're on standby.
Yeah, and it's not fair when you said that you was gonna do something, and it's hard for me to be patient when I'm on a deadline too. You know, as far as trying to get my product out there.
Right.
So that's why I could see a dilemma in that situation as well, where you want to say something, but you want to be grateful at the same time. But hey, don't forget about me over here.
Exactly.
Right.
I feel you.
Oddly enough, that's how Nas started recording. Every time Eric B wouldn't show up to the studio, they just let him use Eric B's Rakim's airtime because it's already paid for.
Yeah.
Nice.
So being patient can work out. That was my point. If you know someone is going to do something for you, and if it's not life or death, like, hey, give me some air.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt to be a bit more patient, because a lot of times we block the things that were meant for us just because we decide when it's time to have it. And if that guy had gave 30 more seconds to his own existence, he probably would have been better off. Would it have stopped Johnny from breaking his leg for a crack habit? Probably not, but he would still have had that $2.
They would have beat him up and took the $2, making him wait. But anyway,
what you say sounds good, but there are so many people that say they do something knowing that they're not, and then you're waiting for them to come through, and they never planned on doing what they said they were going to do.
Or they could have just straight up forgot. You know what I mean? Because you know what I'm saying. Just like I'm using my scenario as far as the producer and that. Like, he's like, oh, my bad, Mike, I forgot, that we were supposed to work. Yeah, I got you. I'm glad you reminded me. So, I guess it's all in the delivery of that too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm just constantly every day on your head, like, hey man, you said, right. I get that. But if it's just,
I know you sleep, but still, the studio is open.
Yeah. You got that $5 you owe me?
I'm about to be like. I'm about to be like Tatton Minister Society, like, hey, you've been out for about 2 weeks. You got my money.
That's funny, dog.
And I'll pay you when I feel like it. But anyway.
And that totally did not work out. But yeah, I get
it. It did. So he started collecting everybody's money from the table.
The hard way. Yes.
Is it time for commercial?
Actually, this is perfect timing.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go to commercial. We'll be right back after these messages.
And we are back and better than ever. The Ops, I almost said the other show, but this is the Ops. I'm RG. Sitting right next to me is my sister,
Lady D,
and my brother,
One Mike, in the building.
All right.
So, you know what? We got any petty bills?
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
Y'all want to go into petty bill, or y'all want to wait till after we do the topic?
It's up to you, homie.
I don't have one. I just couldn't wait to hear y'all's.
Oh.
Yeah, you want to? We can.
All right, let's head into petty bill then.
Miss Producer, Pettyville, please.
So, my Pettyville is about an experience I had this weekend.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna try and be, politically correct as I can. So when you're around people,
Aw, damn.
I know we did have a little.
I put the disclaimer. Go for it.
He did
Okay.
a few times.
When you're around people who are not like us, and they look at us like they never saw people our beautiful color before in person, and they have because they're local to the area. Like you've seen black people before, but they're looking at us like, I see black people.
Right.
No new, it was a bit uncomfortable. So I made it my business to go around and say hi to everybody. How you doing?
Right.
To try and break the ice, like we people too,
Right.
No fear. I got my own purse. No.
So you felt like you were in a fish tank.
I felt more like I was at the zoo and I was the main attraction. That's how I felt. Like everybody come see the lion. The lion.
I like
Oh my.
Well done.
Right.
So I was
Right.
like, I sat there for like maybe a good hour. I'm like rocking, like I'm uncomfortable. Let's do something about
Let's
this.
make this comfortable.
Yeah, so after that, I was good. They may have still been uncomfortable, but boy, was I comfortable.
Understood.
Lady D was up there and they were like, life, like, how much is it gonna take for these whack pads become
How about I turn you into
right? Exactly.
Yeah, it was like they were like, I see black people. And
right?
I was like,
Now you're
I
gonna have
was like,
Kendrick
y'all
playing in my
too
head.
close to Detroit. Detroit is down the street. I know y'all
Right.
seen black people before.
You know what's not down the street? Black people. They're like, wait a minute. Whoa.
Let me
Wait
ask
a
you this:
minute,
were you like
first
the
of all-
only black person there?
So it was technically 3 of us, but RG says it was 2 of us because it was me and my mom, and there was this
Yeah,
other
because I just
chick,
stopped by for a second.
But I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
Who are y'all?
I was
Okay.
like, yeah.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah, but it worked out. People started to warm up, and I bought these cute pins from this one lady. I should have brought it on. You could have saw it. I love Hello Kitty, so it's like a little Hello Kitty in a red pen, and that's my favorite color. So if we get a chance, I'll grab it and show it maybe after the show. But yeah, broke the ice, and like I said, I felt comfortable after that.
Okay. How about them? Were they
Them,
comfortable?
Not so much. Wasn't my concern. But I
Doesn't matter.
They quit staring so bad and be like, "Oh, okay, they're just regular people too."
Right.
Yeah.
You know what?
Mhm.
Let's see what your hair feels like.
No, we don't do that. That is
Oh
I know.
no!
That
Oh,
is-
it's so pinky.
okay, and I got a whole nother Pettyville. That's
Yes.
like zoo experiment stuff. I worked somewhere, I was doing EMS, and this guy, it usually comes from females, but before, and I had lots, like when the show first started, I had lots of hair. Before I knew his hair was in my hair. It's almost like that, the artwork for that show Dear White People, where they just showed a hand in the guy's head.
Oh, yeah.
That is what it was. They had
Oh,
their
no.
hand in my hair, and I'm like, what the? Because they didn't ask. A lot of people ask, can I touch your hair? No, they just like went in for it. And I'm like, I am not a dog to be petted. I am not a zoo animal. This is not okay.
No,
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yo.
So I had to kindly let them know I didn't appreciate that. And please don't ever do it again. I am not on exhibit. Yes.
And that was brought to you by Lady D.
In the truth.
Exactly.
And I'm not mad at it.
Right.
What about you, Archie? You got one?
Yes, I do. Okay, people. This is a grocery store. I had a pretty full weekend, right? So, people, People, hear me. Just because you have a basket full of groceries, that does not mean you will not get hit by a car. People think because they got their little grocery carts, they can just wander onto the street. They're on a goddamn phone. They're walking their cart, and they're just walking into traffic. I seen someone almost die, like legit die, because the car was coming, like literally turning into the parking lot for Middle Belt, doing like 40. And this person was like, it was like, Skoo! And you know when they looked up? Like,
did they get hit at all?
Dude, that close. So I was like 9-1.
Right.
It was that close.
The last one.
Wow.
Yeah. I didn't have to press other ones, thank God. But dude, if you're in the goddamn lot where there's moving cars, pay attention. Because I almost witnessed this vehicular homicide for real. And it wasn't me. But I was like, I could not honk my horn loud enough, like, lady, pay the fucking attention, you're about to die. So,
wow.
I wonder how many times a day do people play with death on their cell phone? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many seconds in a day is somebody almost killed because they're on their cell phone?
Right.
That reminds me of this video I saw years ago. I think it was on YouTube. It was of all these people. It was like a compilation of people just walking on their phone and stepping out into the street. This lady stepped into a fountain, and then she tried to sue because she didn't want the video of her falling into the fountain while she was on her phone
to go viral.
Yeah, she wanted it taken down, and they wouldn't take it down. But it's just interesting how many people are just walking with their head down on their phone, and they're falling over into stuff. You know, it's weird.
This is crazy.
Because remember, Pokemon Go was the same way. People were on their phone. They were walking off cliffs.
Trying to catch them all.
Yeah, they caught them all. They caught Jesus, Jehovah, Allah, whatever you believe in. They were there waiting for you when you fell off the cliff. So you found them. You found them.
Oh, that's a throwback.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Come, my child.
That's a good callback. I forgot about that, dog.
Me too, man. But yeah, that's I'm just saying, like, how many poles has somebody walked into? Pause. You know.
Yeah.
On their phone.
Or like a manhole, an open manhole where workers are working or something, you know?
Man.
Yeah, that would be something. I don't think you can come back from the manhole fall, though.
Yeah.
Who knows how long that fall would be?
I know.
There's a ladder in a manhole cover for a reason. It can't be close. You have to climb down in the hole.
Okay, good point.
Yeah.
Let's think about it. You make a garden. You don't need a ladder to get in your garden, right?
Right.
You can possibly jump off your porch, if you're not my age. But manhole cover? Nah.
You're not a Ninja Turtle.
It's gonna be like that white Jesus that your grandma had. Like, you waiting on you. Done.
You fell right into his hands.
Right.
Yeah.
He was there to catch you and put you in line with the rest of the people who died. Yes.
On their cell phones.
On their cell phones, right. Oh my. That actually reminded me of this movie I saw years ago. I think it's called Defending Your Life. And this guy gets this new car, and he barely left the lot, and his CDs fell on the floor. So while he's driving, he's bending down to get the CDs, and he crashes into something and dies. So I'm like, dude, but that was interesting.
That is interesting. You know what I always had a fear of? Like driving and something rolling from under my seat and stops the brake from me pressing the brake.
Yeah, that's not good.
I don't know why that's just a random type of thing.
Mike, note to self, don't drive with stuff under your seat.
Yeah, but like, let's say I don't know, you went golfing or something. Not in golfing, let's say you play tennis and a tennis ball rolls on the back seat to the front.
I get it, but this is cool invention called the trunk. And what you do, you take your shit and put it in the trunk. It's a really cool invention. It's been around for a long time, bro.
Hey, sometimes you throw stuff in your back seat and forget about it. And, I'm just saying. I know. I watch a lot of, What I watch? 101 Ways to
Thousand-
Die.
Yeah,
Or something.
1,000 Ways to
1,000
Die.
Ways to Die.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
I can see Mike Knight, tennis ball. I hate you, Royal. Like, I'm drunk. What are you mad at me for?
Wait, be like, how'd he die? A tennis ball.
Tennis ball. Tennis ball took him out.
Yeah.
Right
I
into
heard you,
his
Coco
hand.
Golf. I heard you.
And I'll be
Right.
like, you know what? He predicted his own death.
I know, man. I know.
But it's
Don't
like
worry.
Tupac predicted his own death. You're like, Mike predicted his own death.
Right. But like
You
RG
love
said,
Tupac.
throw it in the trunk.
Right?
Throw it in the trunk.
Throw it in
Yep.
the
That's
trunk.
simple. Now, full disclosure, my trunk is horrible. The inside of my car is fairly clean, but my trunk is horrible. Everything goes in my trunk. I don't care what it
Okay.
is. Groceries, everything.
Mhm.
He said Final Destination. Exactly.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, headed to that big Wimbledon in the sky, I tell you.
I know,
Wow.
Might be done.
Tennis ball. That would suck, man. It really would. Like you sitting there trying to pump the brake. It seemed like, you know what? That do sound like some Final Destination stuff. Like, you know how the scene would be the ball rolling around in the back seat till it gets to the
Right.
front.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it get to the front, you trying to turn the wheel. You drive. Hey, RG, where'd you just come from when you went out of town?
Oh, Tennessee.
Yeah, and through Kentucky, you had all those hills.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. That could happen. Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Oh,
you go
wow.
through that.
Oh, that
Yeah.
would be terrible. And yeah, and the ball gets stuck and then you go over the mountain.
That's exactly. Yep. See.
Yeah, that is indeed. That's a manhole cover. That's a one-way trip.
Yeah, definitely. Say all your Hail Marys and our fathers on your way down.
Man, life will just flash before your eyes.
Right.
And if you don't believe in anything, now's a good time to start. So,
I can almost get. Hey, I'll put a wager on that. You'll believe why you're going down. Like, or you might blame.
or
But
look
that's
at
a
it
whole
like
nother
this.
show.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't hurt to try to believe in something, but it's sure gonna hurt when you hit the bottom of that mountain. So you might as well, in those last 30 seconds, try to figure
Wow.
things out.
Yeah,
saying. What does it hurt?
that would hurt. Kiki said that was a scene in the movie, except it was a bottle of water. Oh, you know what?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably
Oh,
where I got that
boy.
from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did y'all want to do Mikeism or do the topic?
Let's do the topic.
Yeah, let's get to the topic. Get the conversation rolling.
Workout plans to partner or not to partner. How about you, Mike? To partner or not to partner?
I enjoy working out with somebody because I feel like it'll motivate you to do more. If I'm working out by myself, I'm gonna do my scheduled list of things that I want to do or accomplish and just do those. There's nobody there to push me to like give me 5 more or whatever. Now, the discipline in me is the part that would make me want to go.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the discipline is to get there. Once I'm there, I'm good, I would think. Or once I start working out, I'm good.
Right.
But you know, if I got a partner who's just as eager and just as motivated, that would help. So for me, I prefer to have a partner.
All right, I did. How about you, Lady D? To partner or no partner?
So I have worked out with a partner before. It was annoying.
Oh, do tell.
Yes.
No, because
Pennyville extended, folks.
Yes.
more. Let's do
Season
more.
more.
I'm like, I don't want to
Why?
do more. And then, you know, when Mike was talking, it gave me flashbacks of being in the military and having to work out and stuff to other people's rules and limitations or expectations. So I prefer to work out alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yep.
What about you, RG?
It depends on what I'm doing. Like if I'm at Planet Fitness, I don't mind because we're pretty much just going from machine to lifting, whatever. So that's cool. And I get to learn new workouts when I work out with other people. But when it comes to like running, I kind of like to run by myself.
Okay.
Okay. Why is
Because sometimes, yeah, when you're running with someone, you have to keep their pace. And if you're trying to push yourself, they may not be ready to like haul ass in the middle of nowhere. They may want to have a casual jog. And if you're running with somebody, it's rude to leave them a block away. You're like running like
Oh,
themselves,
okay.
and they're goddamn like 2 blocks away.
And that's what I was going to ask you. What if you're faster than they are at a faster
Yeah,
pace?
or they're faster than you. Like I'll see you at home, like wait.
So like,
you got the keys.
Right. Now I guess you want to run faster.
well, I see like with us, there's a height difference. So if you and I ran together, you're gonna be further along than I am anyway. You're like
Maybe
a
it
foot
depends on what
plus
we're doing,
taller.
though.
So-
Yeah,
Like if you just casual jog, you know, you can
Yeah.
keep pace.
Yeah, and to me, if we're running, like I'm running to help motivate you, then a good friend, I guess, in a workout partner would just keep pace with you, or have a little bit of distance, like keep up. This is the pace you should be at, whatever. But if I'm outrunning you, we wasn't running together in the first place.
Yeah, we started together, but we going in 2 different directions.
I was showing
Right.
off.
Okay. I was thinking, isn't that more like participation certificate stuff? Like if you have to slow down to keep the other person with you.
No, I feel like let's say it's my first marathon. I want to run the full marathon or whatever. Then and I'm training with somebody.
Yeah.
Then I would want them to motivate or push me to get a better time. Like, don't kill me on the first thing.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
just pace.
Let's
Help
warm
me
you up
pace.
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
just help me pace. And then we'll work our way up to being stronger. I feel like if I was running the marathon, I felt like I would want somebody that's done it before. Like, RG could actually help me a lot more because he's got experience in doing it.
Yeah.
So like if I tell him like a certain time I wanna hit, then he can help me maintain. And instead of getting comfortable at a time that might be close but not what my goal was or should be. So that's why I say working out with a partner can be good. But at the same time, it can be so negative, in a way. Because let's say I call RG up. I say, RG, we working out today? I ain't feeling it, dog. You're like, you know what? Me either. I'm gonna stay home too. Want to play some video games? Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do
Play
that.
Sonic and let him run.
Exactly. I'll work these thumbs. But
Yeah.
that's not bad. Oh, that's cool. But but yeah, so I mean that could be negative because but overall I think we all take accountability for our own workout habits and things of that nature. But when you get used to working out with somebody, it's kind of it's hard to break that. I'm a creature of habit, so if I start off working with somebody, I like to keep it going. Same time, same place, maybe change up the routine a little bit just to change up the exercises. But for the most part, if I start with a partner, I want to keep that going.
Okay.
I had a couple of things I had actually wrote down. I think it's easier though to work out alone. It's easier to keep focused.
Yeah.
Would y'all agree
I
with
would
that?
say yeah. Because I find myself getting in my zone and then I'm good to go. First, my mind is like, man, I gotta get to run in. But once you finally get locked in, you're like, boom, just go.
Okay.
You got your song of choice, or sometimes no music. But once you get in your zone, and then you have to stop and go, it's sometimes really hard to like get your momentum back once you break your concentration, especially when you're starting out.
Okay.
So sometimes you just kind of have to be like, yo, get my mind right.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you put your phone on do not disturb or something like that so you're not interrupted?
Nah.
You just don't answer it unless it's somebody that you like. I better take this.
Okay.
Well, most of the time, it depends on what earpieces. If I have my earpieces, I'll answer it. You gotta hear me like running, because a lot of times if someone's calling me, then it's something that I need to talk to. Someone that I need to talk to.
I got you. I feel like there's certain things that you, as far as certain like lifting weights, I think that's a good partner type of exercises. If we're doing push-ups or something like that, we can, while I'm doing my set, you counting, and then when you do your set, I'm counting type of thing. But if we're if we're running on the treadmill or running or doing something where we can actually tune out and listen to our own music, just follow a time schedule. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to talk. I don't want to interact at all.
Okay.
to be honest, I don't want to interact at all while we're exercising. We can talk between the sets, like, man, you could have did 2 more, or something like that.
Right.
But I don't really want to laugh and joke as much as I do. I know the type of friends I have and the type of friend that I am. We're definitely gonna be laughing. We laugh and joke in between. I think that takes away just a little bit of the seriousness. Not all the time. So it's got its pros and cons. What about y'all out there in the audience world? What say y'all? Would y'all rather have a partner or work out alone?
Bro, I will say this. You should definitely lift weights with a partner. Because I watched this guy. He had all this weight, and he had the Isley Brothers player. Then the bar got caught between his neck. And I couldn't imagine like dying slowly with Ron Isley just nothing into my ear.
All I keep hearing is live.
Right. It's like brew with you, and your eyes are getting a little as the air just goes slowly from your body. Like, no, I don't want to do that.
You know what? The title of this show should have been called Final Destination.
Yeah, your in between the sheets is gonna be at the morgue. So if you are lifting heavy weights, make sure.
I think I made an Al Green reference when you said
yes,
Isley Brothers.
Yep.
But so it's I don't know. I prefer to work out with a partner though. I think I think I enjoy that more. Just the ride home or the ride there kind of thing. Or even if we just meeting up. Kiki said she'd rather work out alone.
That's what I'm saying, alone.
Yeah. Being in the military, the workouts and things like that, was it always a group pairing, or did some people take their off time and work out?
Well, in basic training, it was a group because we had to run 3 miles a day. And walk like 1.5 miles. So you walk to warm up, and then you ran it 3 miles, and then you walk like another mile to cool down. And since I was short, I was always at the back because they would they kind of rank you by height, so they have the taller people up front because they'll overtake the shorter people. So and it was like, and then we would all do other calisthenics together, like push-ups and sit-ups and whatever else you could think of, and it was. We were just surrounded by each other, like, I don't know, concrete. So,
all right. So Sharita had a comment. Let me read that one real quick.
What'd she say?
She says, "I can do either. It is cool to get pointers with a partner, but I prefer to work out alone so I can leave whenever I'm ready and not wait on somebody else."
That's
a great point.
That too.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, you get Johnny Jim right in there that want to do like 9 exercises.
Johnny Jim, right.
And my feet are falling off the bone. Like, no, I need you to lay down, sir. I need hydration.
Like,
lay down right here.
Half an hour. I got a half an hour. I want to do this quick workout set.
No, Kobe Bryant. I want to go home. I don't want to do any more suicide. No.
Why you sound like Jaden Smith in the Karate Kid? I just want to go home.
Exactly. Yes.
Kiki has something to say too.
Oh yeah, she did. Kiki said that was a Final Destination scene too. Guy got his head crushed by a machine.
See?
Well, I need to watch this movie. It sounds like it has some epic scenes
I like
in
all of them. Well, I don't like them all, but the first 2, maybe 3 were good. I say
it was like
first
Die Hard. We like Die Hard 29. No,
this one, actually, after 2, you kind of forget like all the other ones because like most people know about the big accident scene on the freeway. That was one, and then the other one, the first one was the plane crash.
Right.
Yeah, I thought the same about Fast and Furious.
Fast
and Furious 88.
Right,
it will be. They're gonna keep them bad boys going.
Right.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. I tapped out after the first one The Rock was in. I thought that was probably as good as it was going to get, and I haven't seen anything that. Yeah,
that's about where I checked out at. But I can't tell you nothing about. I can't tell you nothing after 3 Tokyo Drift.
Right. Yeah. Same
was that
here.
3?
I'm not sure.
I think it was 3.
They lost.
I don't know.
Yeah.
To be honest, when Paul Walker was gone, I didn't watch it no more. Really.
Yeah, but I think that was like 10 or something when he died, and
it was like 4.
Oh, was it 4?
Yeah, it was early on because I haven't watched pretty much any of them
Same,
after that.
Kiki.
RG looking it up right now. I
You
can
know
see
I am.
Right.
I
I
can't.
see
I
the
can't
gleam in his eye.
I don't think Kiki's chiming up. Like, she said she try not to watch when they mess with her head.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
When they start getting like in the number 10, I'm like,
Mm.
you lost me. Number 5.
Dude,
what I'm
Paul Walker's been gone since 13. Holy crap!
Oh wow.
It don't even seem like he's been gone that long.
He's
That's
been
kind
dead
of
for like 12 years. It don't seem like it's that long.
Dang. So what number? That had to be.
Oh, he got to 7. He got to
he got to 7.
Yeah, 7.
Oh wow.
Holy crap! That might have been the one where his brother actually did some of his scenes for him. But yeah,
he had to.
you got to credit for Fast and Furious 7.
Okay, I didn't know that. I quit watching it after about 3. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think, like you said, I think The Rock was in like 5 or something like that. But
yeah, that's about the time I checked out because that was dope. But I felt like there's not much more you can do.
and I thought they was gonna do the Expendables like that too.
I like the
10 of those.
I do.
Yeah, I think it's up there 3 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked all of them.
Did y'all what's I about to say with the Expendables? I can't remember them. Like I watched the first one and I just know who the characters in every time they bring in somebody new.
All you have to remember is that Sylvester Stallone was in it. That's all you got to remember.
Well, think of it like this: if you ever watch an action movie, you've seen the Expendables because they just all the tropes and put them back to back to back to back to back. So yeah.
It was similar to that 18 movie or something. So
Kiki had another comment. She
said,
yeah,
what's she say?
One scene in the movie, this lady told her kids that she would keep her eye on them. And a damn lawnmower shot a small rock through the lady's eye when she turned around.
And to that I say, the door's open.
There's a man, woman, boy, and girl.
That's hilarious.
You gotta go by the side of my voice because I know you can't see me. So just listen for me. I'll be there.
The doors of the house is open. Man, woman, boy, and girl. We accept all donations.
Oh my god, this is why I love this show because someone said a rock guy through the lady eye. We were like,
that was hilarious.
That's why I love this show.
Yes, man. On that note, we probably should go to the Mike-isms.
Yes. Good day, people. I'm RG, disciple of One Mike, and I have new Mike-isms. We are reading from the book of the Roots, chapter Things Fall Apart, verse Without a Doubt. Yep. All right. So if someone you're not related to, not married to, or dating pays you $10,000 a month for your rent, that's a salary. You're an employee. Just saying.
I can see that. I can see that.
Right.
Okay.
And finally, you'll have to it's a long story. Yeah. So happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. I'll say it one more time for our friends on Instagram. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your actions. Unless you testify against a person who pays your $10,000 rent.
Ooh, no need.
Okay, I got so many questions. Who got a $10,000 rent and has somebody else paying it for them?
Can't stop, won't stop.
Okay, I had a feeling it had something to do with him.
Yeah,
exactly. Yes.
Yeah, they must be providing an interesting service to get $10,000 rent paid a month.
They're not doing it for your personality. You're an employee. Just what it is.
Maybe you sung or something or rapped before. I don't know.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, it's a rap, all right. What's your Mike-ism?
What's your Mike-ism? Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Y'all know the saying. We taking this thing to infinity and behind. We say behind because we celebrating every moment that it took for us to get to where we at right now. With that being said, here's today's Mike-ism. The minute you settle for less than you deserve, you get even less than you settled for. Say it one more time. The minute you settle for less than you deserve, you get even less than you settle for. You're welcome. And the second one, last one. Oh, RG
I got asterisks, except for jail time. Okay, please proceed.
The minute you settle for less than you
Sorry, Mike.
I know. I didn't want to let that one breeze by, man. That was hilarious. And the last one is you can't make someone love you by giving them more of what they already don't appreciate. Say it one more time. You can't
one more time.
love you by giving them more of what they already don't appreciate.
Wow.
Well said.
Facts. You on fire tonight.
Thanks, man.
I know.
Thank you all.
That's why he's the master of the Mikeism, you know.
Well, sometimes we try to keep it serious. Sometimes we do funny. Sometimes we do funny and serious. But like we just,
Yeah. I had to write that first one down.
You know what? I'm gonna start posting them on my IG.
You should.
After this show. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lady D. I'll do that starting right now.
Okay, good.
Dope.
Thank
So
you.
I guess it's time to close this puppy down, huh?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's been
I'll
fun,
go.
guys.
Yes, it has been. I want to say thank you to you guys. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you for, allowing me on this platform to express my sports history and knowledge and fun and the topics we get to talk about. Thank you to the audience for, your support and commenting and joining in on our conversations, no matter how quirky and funny they are. We definitely appreciate that. And with that note, you can follow me on Instagram. I am _1 Mike. And you can follow me and I'll follow back.
Dope. I am RG, proud co-host with these fine human beings we call Team Ops.
Yes.
I think I just made that up. But anyway,
Team Ops.
you can catch me.
I like that.
Team Ops. Yep, you can catch me on Instagram under RGains II. Any show topics, anything you'd like to share. We are always open for good, entertaining, and positive feedback. Thank you very much. If you choose, and I'm going to go really slow because somebody made fun of how fast I read. Haters gonna hurt her over there. But yes, you can go to our email at weareunited@yahoo.com. You can spend any show suggestions or anything you'd like to see us do. Please send an email. We're happy to hear from you. If you have any charitable organizations that you would like to put on our actual website, we do have a resource page. Use that email. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you so choose, please donate to the show at RGainsII at PayPal. Everything you put to that account goes to making this network great. And with that being said, let's go to Lady D's words of wisdom. And see, I read it this time. Nah.
So, life is either a daring adventure or nothing. And that was by Helen Keller.
Lady D's words of wisdom.
So, okay, wait. Yeah, I didn't play enough disclaimers for that joke. Okay, we're going to let that go. All right, so.
I didn't pay enough for that disclaimer.
I didn't put the disclaimer long enough for that one. We're going to leave that alone.
Okay, so I'm Lady D. You can reach me on Instagram at LadyD4440. And you can watch my show, Tea and Herbalism. It airs Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Don't forget the towels. Contact Lady D
yeah.
if you want your crafts.
If you want the embroidered golf towels, reach me at LadyD4440 on Instagram. I can get you in touch with my mom.
Dope.
Sounds good.
Other than that, I think that's about it, folks.
All right, sounds like it's a wrap.
Peace and soul. Peace, love, and soul, right?
Peace.